If only we could go back to the way things were. If only I'd lost the baby weight more quickly. If only he didn't travel so much. If only we weren't so tired all the time. If only he didn't have a wandering eye. If only. Two simple words, but when you combine them, they reveal strong desire, pain, disappointment, discontentment, longing, and more. When you found out about your husband's secret struggle with porn, those two words probably flew through your thoughts and perhaps even your words. If only I'd fill in the blank. Too often, these combined words heap negativity on you. They disrupt contentment. Listen to when you use those two words. What's the emotion behind them? Would you classify that emotion as positive or negative? They heap shame. If only piles on the idea that you should have known or done something. These words could imply your lack of insight or intelligence. They expect omniscience. Now, that's a fancy word that means you are all-knowing. Only God knows all. You're not God. Therefore, this false expectation throws you back to the one we just talked about. Number 4, they breed self-condemnation. These words invaded my thoughts, journaling, and physical posture. The overwhelming shame I felt stooped my shoulders, which already carried backpacks full of emotional boulders. Surely I could have done something to prevent this, I self-flagellated. It's my fault he searched for porn. And then finally, they promote judgment. As long as you're condemning yourself, you might as well look at all the ways everybody else failed. Geez, if only those women would put on some clothes and quit tempting my husband. If only he'd quit watching R-rated movies, he wouldn't struggle with porn. If only, and fill in the blank. In certain coaching situations, I use if only to help you process your feelings. When you identify and express those heightened and heavy emotions, they become less dark, intimidating, and overwhelming. You see, when we call them out, acknowledge them, and then we can decide what to do with them. However, as a coach, I love to use if only to create positive mindset shifts. Well, here are some if only questions that I use as a coach and you can use to move the needle in your recovery. The first one, what do you need for yourself? Here's how we use if only. Right now, I feel blank. If only I could fill in the blank. Now take your time when you answer this question. You can explore your emotions more deeply by asking "and" after you answer the question. Admittedly, this one often reveals more when done during a coaching session. I remember my counselor walking me through a similar exercise. By the end of that exercise, I felt more peaceful, even though life still looked like a train wreck. Number 2, what have you learned through discovering his porn struggle? Well, because of what I've discovered, if only I fill in the blank. Write everything that comes to mind. In the early moments of discovery, your mind might feel like mush or like a raging bull. Capture those thoughts in your journal. Don't judge them. Then you can review your thoughts with your coach or counselor. If you don't have one yet, consider reaching out for help. You can jump to KirstenDSamuel.com and click the blue button that says Let's Help. The best thing I did was get help when I couldn't harness my thoughts into anything cohesive. Through the help of coaches and then counselors, I experienced many aha moments, painful and productive. Number 3, what are your options? If only I fill in the blank, then I complete the sentence here with something positive. You might think you're stuck, or your first thought might be that your marriage is over. That's it. There's no way you can recover. I dissolved into poor me thoughts rather quickly because I felt trapped. I feared a divorce but hated this pain. I didn't see any other options till after we met with some counselor friends. You do have options. Number 4, what do you need from others? If only I fill in the blank, then I would complete the sentence. Be honest with yourself. Be bold to state your needs. You might feel awkward expressing your needs. You may have spent your life suppressing them. Perhaps you struggle to articulate them, and that's okay. Write what you can the best you can. The more you tap into your needs, the easier it is to know they've been met. And the 5th one, what does this make possible? If only I fill in the blank, then I will, and I want you to finish this sentence as an outcome as if it were already true. I learned this thought process from Dan Miller, a business coach that I worked with several years. For many years, I read it daily from a sticky note that was stuck to my computer. What does this make possible? When you ask this question, your mind begins searching for new alternatives. You see options you didn't before. Your RAS filter searches for answers. God designed our minds to function this way. That's a gift. Your discovery of his struggle with porn creates shockwaves through your entire being. It's time to deal with them. Today you can use those two innocuous words, if only, to rebuild your life or tear it down further. It's your choice. If you feel like you can't breathe, you are optionless, without value or significance, angrier than you've ever been, or cast aside, please reach out for help. I've been there, but I'm no longer there, thanks to those who helped me find my way again. Would you allow me to do the same for you? Please hop on over to KirstenDSamuel.com, click that button that says Let's Talk. You deserve care. Don't wait.